You see that? That was me before I had a Carpuride. Never knew where to go. I didn't have any navigation because my phone, I didn't want to put it like in harm's way of when I crash or it gets stolen. Even, you know, it could always happen. Also, your camera can basically break from all the vibrations. So yeah, I prefer to keep my phone in my pocket. But every time when I'm lost and then I have to stop, I have to take out my phone. So Carpuride reached out to me to test their 602S Pro, which is a 6-inch Carpuride display. It has HD, 1080p, has SOS function, all that kind of bits and bobs. To be fair, all the technicalities and all the features that it can do, I don't really care about. The thing that I care about if I can see and use the apps which I like. For example, Stegra or Google Maps or almost all the apps on my phone. Anyway, he seems frustrated, so maybe it's time to install that Carpuride and see how it goes. So let's start with the unboxing. It's going to be a very quick one. Here's the unboxing. Box, open box, screen in box, screen next to box, BM05 bracket, remote controller, power wire, key, mounting hardware, mounting rubbers and tools, handlebar clamp, second key, fuse, bracket, manual. That's the unboxing. So now we're going to go over the installation, which I did in my shed. So I did a quick mount, see if I like how it looks. And I would say that the stem is way too long. So I'm going to do something about it. Because apparently what I saw in the manual, I'm going to remove the stem. So this part you can remove, and then the device itself is going to be connected directly to the clamp, which is going to make it look a lot better. How's that for POV? Anyway, let's start with turning off the bike, removing the USB, and then we're going to remove the device. So removing the device is very simple. You put in the key, you press it. I say very easy, and then it doesn't work. You press it and it clicks off. So what you need to remove this is this Allen key, and you need to have a screwdriver. On the inside is a very small little screw that you just take off and it will just fall out. Now we're just going to remove the screw and this will come apart. And then here on the mount itself there's also a thing you need to unscrew, and that is it. Now what you do need, because this will connect fine, you need to figure out how you want to mount it, because the distance between this is going to be very limited. Of course now this is in the way, a bit annoying. So I'm going to do it like this. You take one of the two screws that you removed that holds the balls for the ram mount, screw it back in, now it's stuck. Put in your rubbers, and this will depend on your bike because this stem is quite thick. It could be that you have a different type, or you want to mount it to your mirror, for example. So make sure to use the rubbers that are packaged with the product. And we're gonna mount it like this, and the cables will go underneath. So the cables go underneath. Now we're gonna connect the power to it. So here's the red wire, and we're gonna put the red wire in the hole for now, because this is only gonna be a temporary setup, just for show and tell. And now we're gonna take the Carpuride. I'm gonna put it right here. Oh yeah, when the Carpuride doesn't want to click in, make sure to pull out the key. And now it is mounted and stuck. And if we now sit down on the bike, this looks a lot better. because previously it was like really up in your face, and now it looks better like this. And if you stand up, you can basically just look down to the device, which is very nice. So connecting to the device is pretty easy. It will depend on your phone. For me, it's just you go to Bluetooth, you find the Carpuride, press connect. In my case, you can see here it will just start Android Auto, and the designated app you want to use for navigation. I personally like for off-road riding, I use Tegra. When I drive without navigation and I just do normal ride around, I use Flitsmeister. It will show you where all the speed cameras are, or accidents, or that kind of stuff. And well, the best navigation for daily commuting is of course Google Maps. It's also nice, you can just switch to the dual screen. You have the option to play music and pause music. Some nice extra features of the device itself as well. If you don't have a phone connected, you have your compass, your altitude meter. Something here you can see the altitude you're in and the incline. So currently I'm well, not on any incline, I'm flat. But yeah, it would show you the incline, all that kind of stuff. In settings, there's also something very important. You have system, and then you go to SOS. If you fall with your bike and you don't respond for 10 seconds, it will call whatever number you put in here. So it can be, for example, in the Netherlands 112 for emergency services, or in this case it's a phone number for my girlfriend, that she knows that I am down on the floor, and she can then notify the emergency services because she has my exact GPS location at all times, which is very nice. You can put in a SD card if you want to or need to. You will have the ability to play music and some videos on it. So if I then remove it, because I already have it mounted in a specific cradle, you can see this is 3D printed, and it makes the device go more to the back. So the Carpuride, it is it looks better than the 7-inch on my bike, that's for sure. The 7-inch, I mean, I liked it, I like the size, but that would be mainly for visibility of the apps that I use, not really aesthetic wise, because it is really in your face. When you're like driving on the highway, all that kind of stuff, it is very much in your face. So the 6-inch model is definitely staying on my bike, and I have driven with the 7-inch model for quite some time. There's people that say, why don't you just buy one from AliExpress? Well, of course, you fully have the option to do that, because yes, they are cheaper, and yes, they work, and technically they're all the same, but there's a difference between AliExpress and buying it from the official Carpuride, of course. First of all, you actually have proper support, and you have a place to send it back to if it breaks down. I actually had one from AliExpress. It was a 5-inch version. The problem was that if I wanted to make a phone call, I had to connect my helmet to the device and my phone to the device, and if I wanted to make a call, it sounded bad, it just sounded terrible. And with the Carpuride, you don't have to. I have my phone. My phone is connected to my helmet, and my Carpuride is also connected to my phone, but they don't need to share audio. So my phone is directly also connected to my Cardo. So if I have a phone call, I don't need the Carpuride to handle all the audio for it, because the quality is just not great. Anyway, there we go. So maybe let's I don't like going over spec sheets, but let's do it anyway. I've tested it in water, I've tested it in the shower, actual shower. And yeah, it's just a fine device. It works proper, it does what it's supposed to do. There's also a feature called SOS. I might have mentioned it earlier in the review, and when I drop the device or when I drop my bike, it will call whoever is my SOS person. I've been riding now around with it for about a month. Let's go over some quick specs. It is 1000 nits, it's an HD panel, and it is quite glary. So if I look at, it's a mirror at the moment. When it's dark, I can look at myself, it's basically a mirror. So if you have any maps running, make sure they have like daylight, because that just works better. On the back side, there is a USB-C, and it does two things. First of all, when your bike is running, you plug in a cable, it will charge your phone. You do need to make sure that you have enough power coming from your battery or from some electrical socket that you have, or else it won't charge your battery of your phone. Then second part is, if you have a flat battery or a bad battery, we know that happens, especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere, the thing you can do is plug in a USB cable, make sure you put it on your mount, and then plug in a power bank. That power bank will then charge the battery of your bike, which is a very cool feature. It is a setting you have to enable in the settings, so you need to pay attention to that. Yeah, when it comes feature-wise, you have the TPMS version, and I didn't get it, so I can't comment on it. I just know it exists. The price of this device in euros in the Netherlands, 307.95 in euros in the Netherlands. If you want to have the version with the TPMS sensor, it's going to be 324.95. If you want to see the review for the previous version, you can find it up here or here. I don't know, one of the two sides. I'll link it at the end of the video as well. If you would like to purchase this version, then I would suggest check the description down below. I have some affiliate links. If you buy a device, any device, and you check out with code SPEAKER, then I get a small kickback and you'll get a nice discount. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And yeah, let's go ride around.